is CNN Breaking News.
Hello, I'm Lynda Kinkade. We begin with the latest on the breaking news out of Turkey. 2 blasts have killed at least 86 people in the capital, Ankara. Here's some video from one of the explosions right as it happened. The bombs went off during a peace rally at the capital's main train station. We're waiting to hear from the Prime Minister. He's expected to speak at any moment. President Recep Tayyip Erdogan denounced the violence, calling it a heinous attack on our unity and our country's peace. The blasts come just a few weeks before national elections and amid Turkey's growing role in the campaign against ISIS in Syria and Iraq. At this stage, no one has claimed responsibility. Our Ian Lee is following this story from Koray, Egypt, and joins us now. Ian, a short time ago, a press conference was held with several ministers. What are we learning?
Oh, right now, Linda, we're hearing an update of the death toll and the casualties from that twin blast. Right now, that is standing at 86 people have been killed and 186 people injured. The Minister of Interior also saying that this event had the adequate amount of security. Obviously, something went wrong where these 2 blasts did take place. Right now, though, security officials securing the scene and combing the area.
And Ian, for a long time, Turkey sat on the sidelines of the war in Syria and didn't really get involved until more recently. What's the likelihood that ISIS is behind this attack?
Well, this is being called the deadliest attack in recent Turkish memory in the capital. What we are hearing is that while there isn't anyone taking responsibility, it does have somewhat of the hallmarks of an ISIS attack. You may remember just last summer there was another deadly attack where over 30 students were killed during a rally as well. That was close to the border with Syria. Turkish government arrested someone who said that they say was responsible, had ties to that attack, and also had ties to ISIS. So it is likely. We also have Turkey hosting U.S. warplanes that are making runs against ISIS targets. So Turkey was a bit standoffish when it came to being really involved in the war in Syria, especially going after ISIS. But now with this new approach, they've been taking a more aggressive approach, supporting the allies in the region. We have seen what the Turkish government says are attacks on Turkish soil.
And Ian, how has Turkey's president responded? I understand he has banned television networks from actually showing the bombing.
So what we understand about this is that when moments or incidents of national security are at risk, there is this media blackout. The president is meeting with top intelligence, top security officials to figure out what went wrong, just to really get a grasp of the situation. We're also hearing that he has canceled election events over the next 3 days to try to take charge of this incident. And as you just said earlier, there is an election coming up on the 1st of November for Parliament, but the president stepping away from that campaign right now to monitor and take care of this event.
Is there a fear that we will see more violence in the lead up to that November 1st election?
Well, while no group has taken responsibility for this incident, and why some people are starting to say that it does look like the hallmarks of an ISIS attack, Turkey is also engaged in fighting with the PKK, Kurdish separatists in the east of the country, and there has been some bloodshed there as well. We have seen incidents like this that in the lead up before elections. It really is hard to tell if this is going to be the new trend, if there's going to be more attacks like this, but it is worrying when you do have that election just right around the corner.
Okay, Ian Lee in Cairo, Egypt. We appreciate that update, and we will talk to you very soon. Thank you. Now, Koray Caliskan is an associate professor of Middle East politics at Bogazici University in Turkey. He joins us now from Istanbul via Skype. Thanks very much for joining us. Just firstly, give us your reaction to this bombing.
I'm really sad. This is the third bombing, and this is the deadliest attack in Turkish history, and the most deadliest attacks in Turkish history happened in the last 2 years. So we see that there is something deeply wrong in this country, the way we deal with foreign policy, the way we deal with terrorism, and the way we deal with intelligence. This last attack, which claimed 86 lives, took place less than 2 miles away from the offices of our Central Intelligence Office, which is MIT, Turkish CIA. And I'm very worried. And Turkey doesn't deserve such a terrible Lebanization of politics in the country. And I believe that this is mostly as a result of the recent Islamist government's steps that they took in order to deal with peace and security in the country. Everyone is very sad. This has been happening all the time. And I don't think Turkey, a candidate for European Union, deserves such bombings in peace demonstrations and rallies.
Koray, do you think that this is a further sign that Turkey is being dragged into the civil war in Syria? Do you think this attack is related to ISIS?
Of course, this is related to ISIS, but Turkey has not been dragged into civil war in Syria. Turkish government, the Islamist AKP, chose Syria as if it has been a domestic politics issue for this country. A few years ago only, they were telling the world public opinion that they were going to pray in a mosque in Damascus as soon as Assad left the country. And right now, there are so many cities that the government cannot go to pray in mosques because of security reasons. They have been looking down upon the Islamic State's threats only 2 years ago, despite the fact that it has been perhaps one of the worst threats, the worst terrorist organization with state power in history. And they have been looking down upon ISIS threats. And it has been tremendously difficult for many people in the country to convince the Islamist AKP that Islamic State was a security threat for the country, for our allies, and for the region. And now I believe we're paying back the wrong policies that the AKP had been crafting for the last 5 years.
Okay, we'll leave it there for now. Koray Caliskan, thank you so much for joining us. We hope to talk to you again soon.
No problem. Bye.